Welcome to another episode of Jaywalk. I am your host, Jay Morrison, the man, the myth, the mogul, cultural icon. And today's episode is going to be the art of perseverance, the art of resilience, the art of repetition. And what that means to me and why it's an important lesson for all of us is because, as Javier was just mentioning, King Javi, that you may be an entertainer, a musician, a filmmaker, a real estate investor, agent, entrepreneur, or student, or wherever you're at in life. And a lot of times we do not get traction as we see it in our head. You might find someone like me who's made national influence, impact, who's had success, who's grown multi-million-dollar companies, and be like, man, he pulled it off, he got it. But I thought this was going to happen a decade ago. And so a lot of times what we think for ourselves, what we wish for ourselves, does not happen until there is a compound interest of time, perseverance, resilience, and repetition that ends up equaling results. And so when we plant these seeds, so you, again, King Javi was talking about, what about the musician who's written some songs? They produced some songs, sang some songs, they're sitting on their MP3, they're sitting in their hard drive. You've recorded some short films, it's sitting there. You got a vision for this mobile app, but it's just in a business plan or it's on a notepad. Or you're a real estate investor, you studied the strategies, but you haven't flipped anything yet. You haven't wholesaled anything yet. You haven't purchased or acquired anything yet. And you're sitting on these great ideas. Some of that might be because of your own unwillingness to move. Maybe because you're lazy. Probably not, but it's probably because you're fearful. Or maybe you're just not talented enough yet. That might be the problem. The reason why your songs are not heard loud enough or picked up, or the reason why your films aren't being watched or you don't have enough views on your channel is because you're not that nice yet. Might be that. And so through practice, through repetition, through perseverance, through resilience, you end up honing your craft, getting heard potentially, and becoming that nice, that talented. So a lot of times we think too highly of ourselves and have too much confidence and too much ego and too much pride and just feeling ourselves where we think that it's like you go to school, you feel like you fly, like the girl should like you. But maybe you're just not that cute. Or just not her speed. And so it's very important that I found that there was times where me as a speaker, and even now me as a speaker, I feel like I'm up there with the top lecturers and speakers that are out there. But I'm not getting $50,000 per speaking engagement, $150,000 to speak, $250,000 to speak like many lecturers and speakers that we know. I'm not the most sought after speaker, but I feel like I have the info, the charisma, the pizzazz, the stagemanship. Like I feel like I do my damn thing on that stage. But maybe I'm just not that nice yet. Or maybe I haven't been persistent enough or resilient enough or repetitiously been a part of lectures or speaking engagements enough. Maybe because of the fact that I'm a real estate fund manager and that I'm a school founder, and because I'm an activist and other things, maybe those other parts of my career have diluted my actual talent in lecturing and speaking, and therefore has cut me short on opportunities. My point is, I can't get mad because I got some bomb speeches in me, some bomb lectures, motivational, inspirational, financial empowerment, life empowerment. I got some dad lectures in me, parenting lectures. I got some game in me. But why can't I get past this platform called Jaywalk or a YouTube or Facebook video? Why can't I be one of the top speakers? But honestly, I'm not focusing on being the top speaker. Why are you not as advanced in your career as you currently want to be? Ask yourself, how much are you focusing on it? You want to be this all-star, mega platinum recording artist, musician, but how much of your time, effort, and energy is actually going into your craft? And how resilient, persistent, and repetitious have you been in honing that craft? Has it been 3 years and you thought you should blow? Has it been 10 years? Has it been 30 years? Depending on how much God-given talent that you have, maybe God didn't give you that much talent, and you got to work even harder to be amongst the greats. Maybe someone else with natural talent can start singing today and have a career in the next 18 months with natural talent, but your talent's not that natural, not that great, and it might take you 18 years before your vision comes to fruition. And so there's an art, there's a strategy, and I totally believe in it. I think that the chances of someone focusing on something, being diligent about it, being persistent in it, being resilient in it, and being repetitious about it, the chances of someone failing at anything that they focused on and put consistent effort into, the chances of you failing at that are very slim to none. Now, the chances of it happening when you want it to happen may be broad. But the chances of you actually succeeding it over time, if you're willing to wait time and be patient and sacrifice and disciplined and focus during that time, that's the problem, is that we lose focus with the time because the gratification isn't there. And therefore we lose passion and we lose energy. And that energy and passion is a lot of times what leads to our focus. But if you're not passionate about it or have the energy for it, you'll become distracted and you'll see hurdles and you'll see obstacles and you'll see other opportunities. And then you lose focus on the opportunity or the thing that you were looking to pursue. And so I think that we need to adopt, whether you're an entrepreneur or not, you need to just embrace the art of persistence, the art of resilience, the art of repetition, and understand that if you want to be heard, if you want the recognition, if you want the accolades, if you want the wealth, if you want the legacy, you want to be elite in whatever craft or fields, you have to be willing to be persistent. And I mean persistently focused. You need to be resilient, and you must do it in consistent repetition for whatever time period is needed for you to get your end result. And that's what most of us just won't do. We don't do or we won't do because that's the hard work. The hard work is, I'm talking about years sometimes. I'm talking about when I got into the mortgage industry, it took me several months to really truly build a pipeline and close my deals. And I was ready to quit in 7 months. Literally ready to quit. And I would have lost or not been who I've become today by quitting. So a lot of times your blessings, your maturation, your evolution, your who you see yourself being is right around the corner. That corner might be a month away or a year away or 6 years away, but it's there. But will you grind till you are him or her? The person that you saw yourself being in the very beginning. That's what most of us get too frustrated about and we bail out. No difference than, again, me being an influencer. I saw myself as being bright and being of service to my community, of service to the world as a change agent. And I felt like, hey, I felt like years ago I should be on a national stage, a national platform. Why don't somebody put me there? Because I deserve it. Because I got the talent, I got the gift. And I wanted to skip steps, and I wanted a mentor, or I wanted a celebrity friend I knew, or I wanted some big platform. I wanted somebody to put me on. Put me on. Put me in the game. Elevate me. Let me stand on your platform so I can accelerate my platform and I don't got to go through the work, the grind, the persistence, the resilience, the repetition. Many of us want to skip steps and don't want to go through the grind, the persistence, repetition, the resilience. We just want to skip steps. And we want to be elevated. And we want someone to acknowledge the work that we haven't even put in. You want someone to acknowledge you for the genius that you haven't even earned yet, just because you figure you're that smart. You want to DM somebody and say, I have a great idea, I just need a shot. No, you just need to work. You just need to be persistent, resilient, and operate in repetition. Stop looking for someone to boost or accelerate or expedite your success or path. If it happens, you're blessed, you're lucky. But be prepared for the grind and understand the art of persistence, resilience, and repetition. it'll get you a lot further in life to say, you know what, I'm going to roll my sleeves up. I'm not done yet. Who you guys see today in this video, I hope is minuscule to who I'll be in 5 years from now when we watch this video. And who I see myself truly being to the world, I've barely scratched the surface. And although, like you, the immature side of me would love to be elevated, expedited, accelerated into this position of influence and success and power and fame and all these other things for the purpose of advancing, educating, repairing, uniting my community, and changing the world view of race relations and interactions and oppression and all those things. Like, I want all those things to happen. I truly do. And I love they would happen tomorrow, overnight. But I've been mature enough and been able to see success and the grind and the journey enough from a perspective to realize that it likely ain't going to happen like that, but it could. Oprah, Jay-Z, Barack Obama, President Barack Obama, or some major national global figure could recognize me and say, you know what? I love your ideologies. I read your book, The Solution. You have great ideas for world change. You're a critical thinker. You've proven to be successful. We'd love for you to be this ambassador, this face, this guy on the global stage. It could happen. I'm not opposed to it happening. But I'm prepared to earn my way into legacy, to earn my way into influence, to persist my way onto the global stage, to be resilient, and to be repetitious in my actions and my strategies and my philosophies, ideologies, and my lectures, my voice, my words, my books, my writings, my businesses. Because that's the art of taking your destiny into your own hands and not leaving it to someone else to decide who you become and what kind of legacy you leave. And so my challenge to you all is to be able to accept and respect your grind, whatever your grind time might be. It might be 6 years before that idea you have actually pops off, actually materializes, actually matures, comes to fruition. You see how I can say the same thing 4 different ways? All the way from urban to scholastic and academic. Part of my gifts. But anyway, I want to welcome you guys to this, I think it's 6th or 7th episode of Jaywalk. Kind of lost count. Hope you guys are getting some value from this. But again, respect the art of persistence, resilience, and repetition. Jaywalk is all about showing you how to maneuver through life, how to get across the street in the shortest distance possible. That's Jaywalk. So I'm just using my life experiences, being vulnerable and transparent and authentic with you to help plant seeds within you that will mature and grow one day that also extend my legacy. So one day you can say, hey, I watched this Facebook, YouTube, this little clip of a video, and it literally changed my life. And it was Jay Morrison that was the author of that video. And so that's my hopes, is that these seeds that I can plant, this wisdom that I can impart with you and in you, comes to fruition one day and materializes and allows you to be able to be successful in your journey, however long that journey and grind may be. So I'll see you guys in the next episode of Jaywalk, how we move through life, how we get through life. For more education, mentorship from me, of course, go to the Jay Morrison Academy. Inc. 500 is number 13 fastest growing companies in the country. 13 fastest growing education companies in the country. And of course, if you want to build your legacy with us, you can partner with me on real estate investing through the Tulsa Real Estate Fund. You can own shares of my company with me and my wife and 12,000 others by becoming a shareholder of the Tulsa Real Estate Fund. You'll receive 8% preferred returns and 50% of the profits we generate in the fund. And you'll own real estate and you'll own a company with me. Come be my partner. That's TulsaRealEstateFund.com. But again, I'll see you guys on the next Jaywalk. Action beats ambition. Peace out.